Hey, what's up guys, it's the Film Geek here. I'm going to make this video as short as I can, even though I'm reviewing 4 movies during it. I've watched a bunch of movies on TV lately, and instead of doing a video for each of them, because they're all fairly old movies, I'm just going to hit them all, boom, 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 in this one video. The first one I watched was called Eye of the Beast, starring James Van Der Beek from Dawson's Creek. He plays a scientist who goes to this fishing town to find out why all the fish is gone, and finds a giant saltwater squid. The concept of this movie is typical original sci-fi movie stuff. The special effects, like the CGI, is terrible, just like every other sci-fi original movie. They need to hire some better CGI guys. I'm sorry, they just do. Raise your budget like an extra $100 grand and get some good CGI, please. James Van Der Beek does a pretty good job in this movie. None of the rest of the cast do, however, and all the characters are kind of flat. I give Eye of the Beast a 1.5 out of 5. The next movie I saw, also on Sci-Fi, was Hercules. It was a 4-hour movie. I think it was actually a mini-series that I saw part 1 and part 2 back to back. That's what it felt like, at least. Maybe I could be wrong, but that's what it seemed like. This movie has Sean Astin from the Lord of the Rings movies. He plays Hercules' sidekick. It's got Leelee Sobeski, who is the younger, more attractive Helen Hunt lookalike. She was in House of Glass and a bunch of others, and then a bunch of people I don't recognize at all. This movie, the acting in this movie was decent. It wasn't great, but hey, it's a sci-fi original. What do you expect? The CGI was much better in this one, though, than in Eye of the Beast. At points where it was actually almost good. But almost. It wasn't all the way there. The story, it's the story of Hercules, which is always awesome, but I think I know that they changed some stuff around to make the movie, to make the movie less godly. And I won't tell you what those are, because it'll totally ruin it if you ever... Well, you're not going to care. Okay, so Zeus, turns out he's not really Hercules' dad in this movie, but that his dad is really just a very strong hero worshiper who has a Zeus mark cut into him by Hercules' mom's husband, if that makes sense. There are some very cool moments in this, some cool action scenes, although they are some very short-lived cool action scenes. And Leelee Sobeski is fine as hell. There's some cool stuff in it, some nice character moments, but all in all, it's a sci-fi original movie. But it is a Hercules sci-fi original movie, which makes it that much more epic. And that's the only reason why and Leelee Sobeski, you get to see a lot of side boob in this movie. So, so those two facts alone are going to make me give this movie a 3 out of 5, when it should probably only really get a 2.5 out of 5. But we're going to go with a 3 out of 5 for Hercules. Then I saw Mercury Rising, starring Bruce Willis and Alec Baldwin. Bruce Willis plays a FBI agent who discovers this autistic child who has cracked a government supercode, and Alec Baldwin is trying to get the kid killed to save the secret, just in case. The concept of this movie is pretty dang cool, and I really liked how they did things in this movie to move the action along. This movie is action-packed. Bruce Willis does a great job, like he always does. Thing to remember, Bruce Willis, awesome actor. Nicolas Cage, not so much. Alec Baldwin is Alec Baldwin. He plays the same character pretty much in every fucking movie. It doesn't matter if he's a good guy or a bad guy, he comes across the same. The child actor was okay, I guess. It doesn't rank up there for me. Of course, now he's not really a child anymore because the movie was made in 1998. So, there you go. He's probably in his 20s now. and with my luck, watching this review. It was just a good movie all around. I thought some of the action sequences, however, were slow paced and kind of dull, like the shootout between Bruce Willis and the assassin. However, the intensity of the story just kept moving, and that's a great thing. I give Mercury Rising 3.5 out of 5. And then yesterday I saw How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, starring Kate Hudson and Matthew McConaughey. This is a damn good chick flick. It's what lesser chick flicks aspire to be. The chemistry between Hudson and McConaughey is amazing. Hudson gives some very comedic performances. She does some very funny and crazy shit in this movie to try and, you know, throw McConaughey off. McConaughey does some very, very cool responses to these crazy things. The story is great. The acting is great. Kate Hudson looks gorgeous, especially in the yellow dress that dips all the way down to her sacrum. This movie's just awesome all around, and I give it a 4 out of 5. So those are some movies I checked out on TV, and what I thought of them.